Escape the dungeon!
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your master of ceremonies, and I am joined by 4 mystifying players. Zach Brass.
Hello.
Dom Brass.
I'm playing today.
Hey, I'm playing Bobby
Nate
the
Brass.
Werewolf.
What's up, Internet? You ready for some
And
Dungeons
Tyler
and
Knittle.
Dragons?
You're gonna do this bit again? No points for repeat tricks.
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, we are playing Urban Shadows 2nd Edition, a Powered by the Apocalypse game, published by Magpie Games. You guys like to learn? Do you guys like to learn new things?
All the time, yes.
I hate learning. My brain is small.
Shut up.
There's only a limited capacity in there. He doesn't want to lose those important.
I don't have a fully fleshed out banter topic. This might fall flat on its face, but I learned a new fact this week, and I thought it was really cool, and I just want to share it with you guys.
Okay.
Get your thoughts about this. So I've been reading a book that is in part about the history of journalism in like late 19th, early 20th century America. And one of the more important figures in that was a guy named Jay Gould, who had a monopoly on the wire service.
We love monopolies.
Yeah. This was a guy that was pretty universally despised by everybody else, to the point where he had a nickname. And I suggest to you that this might be the coolest nickname of all time. Jay Gould was called the Mephistopheles of Wall Street.
Oh man, that's dramatic.
That is a cool name.
That's yeah.
Magical
That's no
Mr.
joke.
Mephistopheles.
Isn't that like the dopest thing you've ever heard?
It's like at that point you just lead into being an evil fucker.
Right?
Like just like, oh shit. They hate me that.
Mephistopheles of one of the most evil places. Like, that's rough.
Yeah, at that point you just give up and you lead in.
It goes so hard, man.
Did you come up with a new NPC for that?
Right? Oh, I don't want to see that.
I mean, being the Mephistopheles of anything is cool, but the Mephistopheles of Wall Street? Come on.
Yeah, like how fucking evil are you?
Yeah. It's just.
I need that to be the nickname of Bobby's sugar daddy.
Yeah, that's some Mitch McConnell shit right there.
What's his nickname? Do you know?
Franklin, the turtle.
No. It's the leader.
See, that's lame.
He makes all of his employees call him that.
Really?
That's like super evil sounding.
Yes.
That's like the main villain of a Fallout faction.
The leader. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yes.
It's literally a Incredible Hulk supervillain.
Yeah, well, there you go. Mitch McConnell, real life supervillain.
But it also sounds like kind of lame. Like
100%.
why?
Like,
Well, he is lame.
it just being called the leader, like it's try hard, it's I don't know, that's not so.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it could be a really interesting character, partly on the basis of the name being pretty lame. Like, it feels like whoever names a villain that, it's like, oh, maybe you're juggling some interesting ideas. Not, hey, I came up with a cool name for myself. It's like, no, you didn't. That's not a cool name.
No,
What are you doing?
he sounds like it just sounds like a cult leader to me. Like very religious, like, oh
Well,
yes,
yeah,
oh
it's just-
well, the leader will see you now.
I don't want to talk
Yeah,
about Mitch McConnell. I want to ask you guys if you could be known as the Mephistopheles of anything, what would you want to be the Mephistopheles of?
Probably some kind of game or sport, right? Like,
That's funny.
The Mephistopheles of pirates.
oof.
That's pretty good.
I mean, that's intense.
Because
Yeah.
pirates are bad to begin with, but if that guy's the Mephistopheles of pirates, ooh, don't mess with him. You see his flag out on the seven seas. Turn the other way, am I right?
Hell yeah. I'm trying to picture what that Jolly Roger would look like. Because they all had unique ones. I mean, there was like a general like theme.
A pattern, a template.
But a lot of them, like a template, but a lot of them got creative with it.
How about this one? I don't quite know what this means, but it popped into my head. The Mephistopheles of Burger King.
God. That's how they expand the universe of their ad campaigns.
No, yeah. I mean, honestly, that just sounds like
Like you
you'd
have
be
the
some evil
sneaking-
businessman on top of Burger King. That's awful.
The Sneak King like sword fights him with a spatula.
Like, that's probably a real guy. There's people in Burger King who are like, God, this guy is such an evil fuck. He could be such a more good company if this guy wasn't so fucking evil. But like,
Evil.
God, we can't. There's too many
he's
evil
the
people,
Mephistopheles of fast food chains.
and they just get work done.
Have you guys known
Yeah, it's
anybody
not
with
good.
like a really cool nickname that people actually called them in real life?
Not just funny ones, I think.
There's
I
funny.
don't
Yeah, I got a
know.
bunch of funny ones. Like this kid Brian, we called him Beef.
Beef is good.
Most nicknames, turns out, aren't cool. They're silly because they're given to you by your friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They don't want to big you up too much.
Plus, I mean, it's kind of lame giving yourself a nickname. The point is somebody else gives it to you. And they very rarely pick something really cool.
I mean, I've given friends like cool nicknames just where that is the joke, that they have this sort of non sequitur nickname.
Over the top cool. Yeah.
One day I decided, I told my buddy Cedric in college, I'm going to start calling you Buzzsaw.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that
base.
Cedric's nickname was Buzzsaw.
That's base.
Yes, so good. It's perfect
Like,
for him.
There's no reason for it. There's no story behind it. It's just one day I was like, Cedric is Buzzsaw.
I was Captain Danger when I was in DC for a little
Captain
while.
Danger.
Oh, yes.
That's good.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I like that, Dom. I'm gonna start calling you Captain Danger. Dom is Captain Danger. Nate, I'm gonna give you a nickname right now. Okay, I'm just gonna pull one out from my mind, something that feels right. I am going to say that, Nate, you from this moment forth will be known as Dougie Trouble.
Okay. I was like racing through
Where's
different
Dougie come
ideas.
from?
Yeah, right?
I think it's just what he landed on, to be honest.
Don't worry about it, Dougie.
I don't like
Because
it.
I was like thinking of a bunch of different ones.
Unacceptable.
I think that's just what he landed
I
on.
refuse.
Dude.
Everyone
Dougie-
restart your recording. We're doing this again.
You don't like Dougie Trouble?
No, I wanted to be the sandwich.
Okay.
But we already decided you can't give yourself a
Yeah, we
nickname.
just went through this.
I know.
Now it's lame.
I know. That's why I didn't say it until Mike gave me a bad one.
You have to accept us.
Yeah. No, Tyler gave me or calls me Brastard, which is my favorite because I've had some bad nicknames. It's always brass and then a word that people think sounds cool.
Brass monkey?
Brass bullet, brass balls, brass monkey,
That funky monkey.
brass man.
Yeah, I got brass monkey a lot in high school.
Okay, fine. You will not be Dougie Trouble, Nate. But can I at least punch up your self-given nickname? The Mephistopheles of sandwiches.
Yeah,
I love
think
it.
that's good. And we can still call you Sandwich for sure.
But we know what it stands for. Sounds like we have a quorum. We have motion passes, gavel sound. Let's get to our game. Previously on Urban Shadows. Ding dong, Josh King is dead. And Bobby, Ezra, Chris, and Dale have infiltrated the Luxor Casino with Josh's body stowed in a big bass drum, with the plan to use it to disrupt the Purple Guys show in order to impress a group of vampire artists. There's only one complication. Special Agent Ryan Arizona of the Federal Bureau of the Occult is here and on high alert. Security and cops are all over the place. And just as the crew successfully made it backstage, with less than an hour until the start of the show, Arizona found a trail of blood that's been unknowingly dripping from Josh's body, leading right to Dale.
Please follow it in the wrong direction.
I thought Arizona was following me.
Well, let's set the scene here. Arizona is not following Chris, but as you are going down the hallway away from the backstage area, there are a couple of beat cops that are following you. The security guard that was stationed at the door checking IDs, you messed with his head, created an opening that allowed Bobby to just walk right in. But he clearly reported that there was something weird going on, and a couple of beat cops are just, they're not like sprinting after you or anything, but they are walking in your direction, following you. Inside the backstage area, we've got Dale, we've got Bobby who have made their way in. Dale is pushing the drum, which contains Josh's body and Ezra hiding inside of it. And Arizona has just noticed that there are drops of blood on the ground. When I say there's a trail of blood, I don't want you guys to picture like a thick red line going from like all the way to Dale down the hall.
Yeah, like he's got a like a skid mark.
Yeah, there are like
This is not a video game trail. Gotcha.
yes. There are like occasional droplets of blood that have been like building up in like along the edge of the drum face, and periodically like building up and dropping and splattering on the ground as it's been moved. And so it's been hard to notice. Like Dale didn't realize that this was happening because it's not this constant stream.
Activate Eagle Vision.
Arizona is just constantly pushing the right thumbstick, and everything goes black and white, and then he saw this little glowing drop on the ground.
And he gets a button prompt every time he finds a new one, gets a little saying every time.
I should go check that out. So Arizona is like, he's squatting down on the ground. He wipes a gloved finger, realizes there's some blood, and he stands to attention and he says, "Everyone, I need your eyes on me." And there is probably like 30 people backstage. There's like almost 10 purple painted performers. There's like a director, there's a stage manager, there's crew that are dealing with props and costumes and makeup and, making sure that everything is ready for the performance. On top of that, there are security guards and cops. There's a lot of people back here. And their attention turns to Arizona. "I'm going to need every single person here to line up along this wall. Have your ID and everything out for inspection. Something is going on, and I intend to get to the bottom of it."
Oh, shit.
And there's like murmuring from like the cast and crew of the show, and Arizona like gives them a stern look. "I'm serious. Against the wall right now." And people start to like sort of nod and move to the sides of the room to follow his orders. Dale and Bobby, I'm going to ask you guys right now, in the immediate moments when Arizona shouts this, what do you do?
Well, immediately I start following instructions. I look for eye contact with Dale to make sure I have a sense of what he's doing, because he's in a lot of trouble, because obviously he needs to make sure if he gets inspected, the drum does not.
Plus, you guys are both really high right now.
I'm definitely looking to him for assurances. Like, Dale's been around the block. He knows what's up.
You got this, Big D.
If that were my nickname, I think my wife would still be with me.
Buddy.
Pull out some face masks, like N95 masks, out of my kit and try to flub "We're sick and we lost our IDs."
Oh, man, that's a terrible plan.
I know it's a terrible plan.
That's not gonna work.
I mean, I am asking for split-second decisions here. So if that's Dale's first thought, that's what Dale does.
I like that.
Ugh.
I'm thinking about using my Mark of the Beast. I'll figure something
And
cool
so
out, maybe.
Dale like quickly puts on N95 mask, and you start like coughing and starting to play up that you're sick, and like a couple of the security guards are still like pushing you against the wall, but like the other people that you're nearby sort of like give you space, are standing like 6 feet away from you.
Don't you? What does Dale do with the cart?
It's on stage left where I came in, with some like instrument cases and sound check equipment.
And you're just leaving
Holy
it.
shit.
You're leaving it there.
I mean, what the fuck else am I gonna do?
Fuck.
Okay, so
We're pretty dead to rights here, my man.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
Dale does that. Ezra is in the drum with the body. What about Bobby? What is Bobby doing? Split-second decision.
Okay, Bobby is gonna be looking around for doors and windows that he can try to control with his Mark of the Beast. And other than that, he's following instructions. He's going with everyone else.
I mean, the two doors that are here are the one that you came in and the one that Dale came in. So the one that leads to sort of a hallway, and one that leads to more of like the basement area where is for staff moving about the building. So, and you follow instructions and move against the wall. Chris, what are you doing as you spot these two cops following you?
Okay. I am going to dip into the bathroom and I'm going to use up my last 2 magic crystals to try to link up with all of my teammates in a mental connection.
Can you read for me the exact wording on that communication spell?
Spend 1 hold to telepathically link up to 2 characters in your presence. Oh no, for a few hours, allowing them to communicate with each other and with you regardless of distance. You may spend additional hold 1 for 1 to add more characters to this network, even if the other members are not present.
I think you can only link with one of them, if I'm reading this right, because it's spend 1 hold to link up to 2 characters in your presence. You may spend additional 1 for 1 to add more characters, even if the other members are not present. So the 1 would be for up to 2 in your presence, which is currently really just the cops following you. And I'm assuming you don't want to link with either of them, plus an additional 1 for 1 for any other character, even not in your presence. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Pick Ezra.
Pick Ezra. It'd be funny because he's stuck in the drum.
Would Chris pick Ezra, though? Because I know you're in a fucking...
Yeah, but you know they're on drugs.
Well, it's your call.
I do, but I also think that Chris just trusts Dale, even on drugs, a little bit more.
Okay,
I think that's
fair, but-
especially because Ezra tried to kill my aunt, which is...
So I'm going to go with Dale.
Oh, you know, I definitely would have been the most useful.
You would have, probably. I agree as a person. As a character, do I?
I think if
I
you were
don't
in the
know.
room, you'd be like, oh shit.
I don't think so.
Should have picked Ezra.
So Chris ducks into the ladies' room, quickly channels your magic's already channeled. Kip quickly uses the last bit of magic she currently has at her disposal, and from a distance creates a mental link with Dale.
Just a reminder of how I'm visualizing these holds. Chris is a witch lady who channels the magical energy into her crystals. And so she has these 2 glowing crystals she pulls out, channels that magic energy to cast her spell.
Wait, that's all your magic, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
For the moment, but I nailed that roll, so I can channel some more.
You create a mental link with Dale. Is there like an immediate message that you'd like to send him?
Dale, I got 2 beat cops on my ass right now. It doesn't look like I can come back there. Everything going all right? You see Bobby already?
Fuck, shit. It's not good. We're in a lineup.
What do you mean you're in a lineup? What?
I mean, they got us lined up against the wall and they're checking IDs and faces.
Fuck, what'd you do? You God, shit.
I don't know. This guy's like psychic.
And so let's jump back over to backstage, where they start, some of the cops here and Arizona himself. They start at one end of the lineup, and they start checking IDs and asking questions. And you see a few of like the purple guys are in a huff even as they're lined up. They're like, "Come on, man! Showtime starts," and checks his watch. 45 minutes. What's going on? And Arizona's like, "I understand your frustration, but there is more going on here than you understand. I have reason to believe that there is a vicious criminal that we at the Bureau call the Beast." Camera zooms in on Bobby's like sweaty forehead.
Oh no! I'm so fucking high right
Man, what a cool nickname.
and we have reason to believe that the beast is here, and he wants to stop this show from happening. Now please, allow me to do my damn job!" And the purple guys murmur, and he continues going down the line.
Can I do something?
Well, what do you have in mind?
Well, I'm in this barrel, but obviously I gotta hear what's happening around me.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you can hear.
So I want to try and like peek up like the lid of the barrel and study a place of power. I want to look around to see how many cops and sort shit there are in here.
Oh my God, Zach. Let me take a quick look at the specific wording of study, because I don't know if that's something you can do just by peeking out of a
Well, that's
gym.
fine. That's totally fair. But if I can't, I still want to get a view. Ezra still wants to get a view on the situation. And after, I'm off to the side. So they're very occupied, presumably, with this line.
Yeah. Study a place of power does explicitly say, in order to trigger the move, you have to look for answers beyond what you can see with a quick glance.
Okay.
So I don't think you can trigger the actual move. But you are in a drum. I think you can probably poke a hole through that's small enough to peek out of, but not get a great angle without like people noticing. Is that okay, or do you want to try and like push it a little bit?
So I guess first I want to do that so that I at least have rough vision. Cut a little window out. I don't care. They're not going to really notice.
Yeah. In this immediate moment, you are able to pop a little hole in the like skin of the drum or whatever it's called, and peek out through, and you see the scene. You see the lineup. You see cops moving their way down. How about Bobby and Dale? Both of you just give me like a flat 2d6 roll.
This is going to determine our order, isn't it?
I rolled an 8.
8.
That's 2 8s, dude.
We're right next to each other.
Yeah, so you see that they are both sort of like dead set in the middle. Like there's a fair amount of people. There's like maybe half a dozen people in between them, but they are in the middle of this group. So there's a little bit of time before Arizona and the cops get to him.
I'm going to start texting Dale that maybe he could start, a riot or something. Not a riot, but convince these guys.
Can you start a riot?
Stop. Not that. No. To convince these guys to let the show go on and that they're being paranoid or something by connecting to them on a human level. But it's going to take a minute because I have a shitty flip phone. So it takes me a second to write all that.
After they're done interviewing 3 people, you get a text.
Yeah. Well, it comes in 3 texts. So keep that in mind as well.
But it does that thing where like sometimes those old phones receive texts out of order. And so
it takes Dale, and Dale is so high right now. So it takes him a second
to understand that the text even mean. No, yeah,
I can't read, dude.
By the time he understands what the texts mean, they're interviewing you.
It's a good thing that Dom kind of had the same idea I did, because I kind of want to lean over to a nameless performing goon and just kind of mutter, "Hey, shouldn't the union rep be here?"
Nice.
Like, we're not supposed to talk to cops if the union rep ain't here, right? Spread it down the line.
I don't know, man. It's my first day.
No, we have rights. It's my first day too, but damn it, we have rights.
And you see Arizona is moving up to that guy and doesn't clock you, Dale, with your hat pulled low and the mask on your face. But Dale, go ahead and give me a roll. I think this is to mislead or trick, because you're ultimately trying to like create an opportunity here, right?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately he's not lying, but you are doing this for misleading purposes.
No, he's right, but
I am.
God damn it. Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, Tyler's good at talking. He is heart. Fuck.
Because you're not making a promise or seducing or threatening. So, yeah, I'm making a judgment call. This is a mislead, distract, or trick to see if you can convince this nameless performing goon to give you guys an opportunity to fight the man.
How many cops are there, by the way? I've been counting.
I'm gonna say backstage at the moment there's probably like four casino employed security guards who are like also in the lineup right now. There's 2 beat cops and there's Arizona.
Okay.
Can I try and call in a favor?
Ooh, what are you thinking?
I was just told my friends are in a lineup a little while ago. However long it took Dom to get those texts off. So I would like to call Mrs. Lane to try and get a distraction.
Who's Mrs. Lane again?
She's a wizard I have a debt on. The one that you almost had a debt on.
Gotcha.
From you. I feel kind of bad about it. I should have picked someone else, but I wanted the wizard.
Let's hold that thought for 1 second, Nate, but we'll get to it. So, Dale, give me a roll with mind to mislead, distract, or trick.
7. That's a hit.
Okay, that's a hit. So you get to pick 2 of these things. Create an opportunity, expose a weakness or flaw, confuse them for some time, or avoid further entanglement.
Well, we're going to avoid further entanglement.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to create an opportunity.
The nameless performing goon, painted all purple, gives you like a nod in solidarity as you're like, we have rights. We don't have to do this without the union rep. And he's like, I think you're right. And so when Arizona and the beat cops like get to him and like, I need your identification, please. This guy takes a step forward and he sort of gets in Arizona's face and he's like, no, this is not right. We don't have to do what you said. We don't have to. Where is the union rep? I am not speaking to you without the union rep present. That is my right as an employee of the Purple Guys affiliation. And like some of the other people here do start to like go like, yeah, that's right. We don't have to do this. And Arizona did not notice that you were the one to sort of instigate this. So you have avoided further entanglement, and you guys have an opportunity now as their attention is like fully on the mob, as Bobby put it, that's starting to get together. But before we get to that, let's go back to Chris in the bathroom. You take out your phone, you're calling Mrs. Lane, who is a wizard you know, and that you have a debt on because you like provide her with rumors and information, right? Like she's a big gossip.
Yes.
Yeah, so you give her a call and she answers on like the second ring, and she's like, "Hello, Chris, darling, is that you?"
Hey, Mrs. Lane. This is kind of urgent, but I was wondering if I could call in a favor. Do you have anything that could cause a big distraction? Possibly like I don't know, arcane explosion?
I'm sorry, what, dear? An arcade explosion? You're gonna have to back up a little bit. What's going on?
My friends are in danger. I'll tell you the whole story later. It's a good one. You heard of the Beast?
The beast? No! But tell me more, dear. That sounds so exciting.
Exciting it is, and I'll tell you what, I will tell you all about it tomorrow over tea. But I really just need you to come through for me. I will owe you one most fierce. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, could you just come down to the Purple Man show and help me play something up real quick?
Man, dude.
Big ask.
That is a big ask.
Mrs. Lane, she pauses for a little bit. Like, you're asking for something so strange and so urgent that she says finally, "All right, dearie. You said the Purple Guys show. You're at the Luxor.
That's the one.
I'll meet you in the lobby in a few minutes. I'll just zap right over."
Thank you, Mrs. Lane. You are a lifesaver, I sincerely hope.
And so you start rushing to the lobby to meet up with Mrs. Lane. Back to the backstage area, the three of you there. You've got an opportunity. Who wants to do what?
Well, we gotta get our friend out of the drum that also has a dead body. Because that kind of connects us to the dead body, huh?
Yeah, I know. It's getting stinky.
And it's getting stinky. Don't forget.
And but I'm watching. I'm watching what's happening. So I could see they haven't noticed me yet, presumably, or Mike would have hopefully told me. He's not cheating me, I hope.
Yeah, but for our plan to work, you can't be where you are.
I know. I'm going to obviously, if I need to, just cut through the top of the thing.
Because I'm thinking about using all my let it out abilities, right? What can I do? Because I can get enhanced senses and I can get perform feats of lupine strength and speed, possibly being able to move stuff while they're distracted. But if there's no...
You know they're looking for you.
That is true.
You are in that room.
But, you know,
were just told
those
they're
are
looking
my...
for the beast and murderous
For
monster.
me, yeah.
I know. I just want to remind you, the player, of what happened 2 seconds ago.
Despite the fact that you guys do have an opportunity to act right now, despite Arizona's distraction, wolfing out or bursting out of a drum is still likely to get people's attention.
We gotta make sure they don't find the drum in the next 45 minutes at least. So we gotta hide the drum. That way everyone can get out of it, or rather Ezra can get out of it discreetly.
Without ruining it.
And also
Further.
It's hidden. Although Mike had to go and be a jerk and say that it's trailing blood. So we're going to have to clean up the blood as we move it.
So Bobby is gonna be like, "Hey man, guys, we got like 30 minutes. We gotta get the show on the road." And I want to try to just keep the momentum.
So as the crowd starts to being like, "You can't do this, we've got work to do," Bobby shouts out, "Come on, guys, let's just get back to work." Dale goes to move the cart with the drum. Let's get... I think this is an act of a promise. Either one of you can roll to convince with heart.
Oh, Tyler, yes, thank you. I was just waiting for it to be, Bobby roll hard. It's like, fuck, -1.
Yeah, roll to persuade this group of NPCs, Dale.
Oh my god.
No, dude, no.
There's
what?
got to be a real...
How did that happen?
No, we need a hero point.
Tell the people what happened.
I got snake eyes again. That's a 4 with +2. Oh my god.
Dale, you take a step forward towards the cart. And Ryan, Arizona, full on puts a hand on your shoulder and says, I'm gonna need you to stop right there, brother. And he looks at you, and despite your hat and your mask, there's a glimmer of recognition in his eyes as he makes eye contact with you. He mouths the word, Dale?
Who?
Chris, you are rushing to the lobby of the Luxor. It's crowded. There are people that are going your way as you race against them, heading towards the purple guy's auditorium to get their seats before the show. And you're bristling against the crowd. You don't see those two beat cops. It seems like dipping into the bathroom successfully avoided them. You make it out into the main lobby where Mrs. Lane said that you would meet her. You look around, you don't see her, you look up, and you see that sort of right across from the check-in desk for the hotel, there's a bunch of posters of the purple guys, like advertisements for the show. And it's normal poster, and then a poster that is of an old lady painted purple. And she smiles down at you as you look up, and she gives you a wink, and she sort of pushes herself out of the poster, appearing non-purple as she does, and opens an umbrella, and Mary Poppins floats down to the ground. And it's like nobody else but you noticed that this just happened, Chris.
You have got to teach me how to do that sometime. It is so cool.
And she closes the umbrella, and she uses it as a cane. And she's just like this very old, hunchbacked woman. She pinches your cheek as she sees you and says, well, here I am, dearie. Now, what was all this hubbub you were talking about?
My friends are currently in a little bit of danger, and I need a distraction desperately.
Dear, distraction. And you had something a little explosive in mind?
Yeah, something that can just grab the attention of everybody real quick. Hopefully we can place it somewhere that nobody will get harmed and, get out of here.
This is quite the ask, Chris dear. Right here on the strip, that's sure to get unwanted attention. Are you sure this is what you want?
Yeah, this is what I need.
Well, all right, dearie. I do owe you for all those delicious morsels of gossip you've given me. So if you'd like to call it even, I suppose I can help you out with this, cast a little spell to get some attention away from your friends. But then you have to tell me all about this tomorrow and fill me in on all the juicy details.
Oh, I most definitely will. I'll introduce you to Dale. He's got some great stories of himself.
Oh, how wonderful. You go to the Fay Market every Sunday, don't you?
Yep. We'll stop by at yours right after our little Fay Market shenanigans tomorrow. How's that sound?
I'll meet you there, dear. I need some reagents myself. Now come. And she, hooks your arm. Let's go cast a spell. And you walk past a fire alarm that you could have pulled.
Yeah, but that's not fun. How are they even gonna know that Dom did something if a fire alarm gets pulled,
And so what is tell me what your idea is that you and Mrs. Lane do next.
I would love for, as Dale gets recognized for them to hear an explosion from the opposite side of the building.
Dale, Ryan Arizona has his hand on your shoulder. You realizes that he can tell it's you. And then, boom, there is this burst of noise from the distance. Arizona squeezes your shoulder harder, keeping his hand on you. And he says, "The Beast! Officers! I need you to investigate now!" And the two beat cops, they stand and salute, and they and a couple of the hotel security guards start running out of the room in the direction of this explosive noise.
Come on, guys. Let's go get some bad guys.
A bunch of the employees, they like hit the ground, scared about what just happened. Arizona fully like pushes you against the wall, Dale, like forearm across your neck. "Dale Tillman, you tell me what's happening, Dale. Are you working with the Beast, Dale?"
No, hablo inglés.
He fully rips the mask off your face. "Dale, what have you gotten into? This isn't what I saw. This isn't what was supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to be a part of this."
Yeah, well, bet you didn't foresee this. And I knee him in the junk. We're going to turn to violence here.
Oh my
man.
god, are you kidding me? Okay.
This might work out. This might work.
I'm watching this, and so you do what you gotta do, and I'm gonna respond.
Dale, I need you to roll with blood as you turn to violence against Agent Arizona.
All right, rolling to kick him in the balls. Ah!
Did you roll shit again?
I rolled a 6.
Someone can
He
help
did.
him.
Oh,
Someone
what
can
the
help
He
him.
did
Fuck.
roll shit.
Okay, Dom.
Okay, fine. I want to run up behind him and try to trip him while this is happening. Just try to trip up Ryan Arizona trying to get work done or something while everyone's running around.
Bobby, just push.
Yeah. Let's
run
tabletop
into
him.
Like, I'm just moving around. I just want
You
to
just
run into him.
tackle him.
Basically, it's totally accidental, kind of. Not literally, but, you know.
Arizona is appealing to you. He is begging you to tell him what's going on. What is your position here? Like, why
Oh my
are you
god,
here?
Dale.
And you just go to knee him in the crotch. His eyes go wide. He starts to take like a pivot to the side to avoid that. Bobby sees this. We established that he was pretty close by. Bobby sees this and immediately just sprints towards Arizona and tries to help Dale take this guy down. To lend a hand, you need to roll with the circle of the person you're helping. So make a roll with Mortalis.
I'm just imagining Bobby sprinting up behind Arizona and pushing him forward into the knee.
Yeah, right. Like just nudging him
Just shoving
away.
him from
Oh
the
my
back as
god.
someone else
No
knees
way.
him
But
from
he
the front.
fails.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, this is
So,
the worst roll yet.
So I rolled a 1 and I rolled a 2, but I got -1, so that's a 2.
The gods are not kind to us
my
today.
God. You go to tackle a federal agent. He sees you coming. As he's pivoting, turning away from Dale to avoid a clumsy knee to the crotch, he spins. You run right past him. He puts a hand on your back and shoves you as you tumble to the ground, and in one fluid motion, he draws his service pistol and he points it at you, Bobby.
Okay, so I would like to turn into a monster.
Yes! I was hoping this would happen.
The employees, the performers are screaming. A gun just got drawn. 2 people just tried to attack an FBI agent, and something is happening in the drum. Ezra, roll to transform.
11!
Yeah, buddy. Oh, thank God.
An 11 on the devil inside. Oh man, you get to pick 3 things from that list. Demonic weapon, movement, senses, armor, healing, or +1 forward. And if you'd like to mark a corruption, you can pick an additional option.
I'm
Go
gonna
for 4.
I'm gonna mark corruption.
Yeah.
I need as many of these as I can get. So I'm gonna take demonic movement. I'm gonna take the demonic senses. I'm going to take the demonic armor and the demonic weapon, I think. Yeah.
You're not going to
So
take
no-
a plus
no 4.
1. That's way bigger than any of the ones you picked, I think.
All right. You know what? Maybe you're right.
I feel like that
I think
and
I'm going to
demonic
take
movement
no
are musts.
senses. Demonic movement, obviously, I have to.
Yeah.
And I don't. My feeling is that I don't have my sword in the drum because I just feel like it won't fit.
Yeah, so
right?
you want a demon sword? I feel that.
So I want demonic weapon. And then I'm gonna take the forward because you're right. It's just too good to not take. And then I'm gonna take the armor.
So Demon Ezra, with a truly crazy looking demonic sword, erupts out of the drum. And this is the first time where you guys have been involved in a situation with mortals, like mortals unaware of the existence of the supernatural, who are not in a position where they're able to deny what they're seeing. They can't ignore it. It is grabbing their attention front and center. They have to reconcile with what they're seeing. And most people simply can't do that in such a sudden and violent moment like this. And so as Ezra erupts out of the drum, you see the purple guys. You see the security guards that are still in here. You see the various innocent members of the support staff and production crew just go slack. Their eyes roll to the back of their heads, and one by one they collapse to the ground. The only people left standing in this room are Demon Ezra, Ryan Arizona, Dale Tillman, and Bobby.
Oh man, they all passed out.
Yeah, shit.
These guys live in Vegas. You'd think they'd have seen crazier shit.
I mean, it's not just crazy, right? It is the sudden emergence of the supernatural.
Like, maybe you heard that there was a vampire casino in town, but you've never seen this shit, you know?
Yeah, no, totally. Look, I just, I thought maybe some of those security guards were made of tougher stuff.
And Arizona, who drew his gun, Dale pushed against the wall, Bobby shoved to the ground, turns to face you, Ezra. And he just goes, "The beast! I knew you'd be here." and he lets the cartridge in his gun like fall out as he reaches for another cartridge as his belt and loads it into the pistol.
Oh, fuck, I don't like this. I want to grab the body of Josh, and we're backstage, right? So this is like half hour before the performance. I'm taking this into my own hands at this point. I'm going to grab the body, and I want to just fly straight through up above the curtains and like basically drop Josh's body on the stage, like from a distance.
And then you're just going to try and get out of there?
Yeah, basically. I might dive bomb him a little bit just as a distraction for everybody else, and then I'm bolting.
This is the perfect opportunity for me to ask you to roll with blood to escape a situation.
Okay. My favorite. 10.
All right.
Let's
Man.
go.
Ezra carrying this mission right now.
Ezra MVP. Seriously.
He shouldn't have been in the barrel the whole time. It's because you guys are way high.
This worked out so perfectly. Okay, I feel so much better about
That is such a Bobby answer.
Let's pause there for a second, Bobby. Because even on a 10, this is not a perfect escape. This is going to cost Ezra something. Ezra, you get away, but you have to choose one of these options. You suffer harm during your escape. You end up in another dangerous situation. You leave something important behind, something important other than Bobby and Dale.
Okay.
What?
You owe an NPC a debt for their aid. Not sure how that one would come in. Or you give into your base nature and mark corruption.
Well, I mean, I even, I'm really struggling here.
Ezra, you're getting so corrupt. I'm worried about you. That's the only thing.
We could give Mrs. Lane a debt, have her help you.
I mean, I could, but if you could think of a good way of doing that, I'm totally down with that. My instinct immediately is that I want to mark corruption because I just dropped a body on stage.
It makes sense.
But it feels like a cop-out, you know? Because I want corruption deep down, even though it's technically bad.
I mean, or Arizona's taking shots at you as you fly away and you suffer harm.
Yeah, I mean, I can, but like, I think that's fine. It doesn't feel as fun. Yeah, like it will do me harm, I'm sure, but like, I don't know how much harm. Let's find out. I guess that's the reason Mike put in the new thing, right? But he doesn't know what ability it took because I could have taken the demon within, in which case I just don't take damage, but
Chances are that their armor piercing shots are 100%.
That's true.
Yeah, he switched ammo type.
He put in some magic armor piercing ghost bullets, my friend.
Oh, he's got ghost bullets too? God, we gotta find this ghost gun shop, guys. They're OP.
Those are for NPCs only.
all right, look, then fuck it. I'm taking the corruption. I dropped a dead body off to cause part of my destruction and running away in demon form. I'm taking corruption.
Ezra, with the body of your old rival, Josh King, a bullet through his forehead that was put there by Chris. You flap your feathery wings and you take flight up out of the backstage area and to the above into the rafters above the curtain that is separating this from the crowd that is starting to fill in and get to their seats. Arizona raises his gun as you start to fly. Stop! Stop! And fires a couple of shots. Woo, woo, woo. Bullets whiz through the air. And one almost nicks you, Ezra. One almost makes contact. It goes in slow motion right by your head. And as it does, it's almost like you can hear this faint, oh, like chanting as the bullet whizzes by. And you realize that Arizona had blessed rounds that he was firing at you.
That would actually hurt.
That would have actually hurt quite a bit.
Constantine?
And as the pistol fires, there's like shouts of surprise and confusion from the crowd. Was that gunfire? Was that just part of the show? What's going on? And you see people below you are like flinching and looking around. And then you drop the body. And it plummets. It tumbles through the air. And then it splats with a horrible noise as he lands head first onto the stage.
Get a real gooey noise in there, Tyler.
Oh. No, I don't like gore. I'm squeamish.
Said the guy who loaned me Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 when we were 16.
This is the guy whose
That's
favorite
different.
concert experience was Guar.
No,
You're
there's a
really not
difference
making a
between-
fucking case for yourself.
That's actually
No. There's cartoon gore, which is like Kill Bill and Guar. Like, I think that shit's hilarious. With just and my favorite video game is Doom, by the way. But there's like comedy gore, like what Quentin Tarantino does. It's just Looney Tunes with blood.
This could be Tarantino as fuck.
As Josh hits the stage, a wave of terror fills the auditorium, silent for a moment before everyone just starts screaming, running, pushing each other over, and out the fire exit. They don't even look up to see where the body came from. They don't see the devil flying above them, grinning with glee at the chaos he has caused and the corruption he feels fill his body. And Ezra flies out of the building, escaping successfully. Arizona chases after, leaving Dale and Bobby there on the ground where he left him. Chris and Mrs. Lane run away from their explosion, out another side exit, onto the street.
Is there any reasonable way I could get to the footage from tonight and delete that?
How do you think you could achieve that?
Go to their security room with all the footage and fuck it up.
And hope nobody's there because, I mean, they would be crazy busy. I imagine pretty much everyone's security is like, okay, all hands on deck.
Give me some sort of move or action. We don't have to spend a ton of time on this, I don't think.
Keep your cool?
Yeah, I think a keep your cool here will work. So roll with spirit to see if you are able to infiltrate the security office, delete the footage, and get out.
Hey, that's a 14.
All right.
You just waltz right in as security officers are running in all directions. Chris, you are able to perfectly sneak in, delete the footage, get out, no one even looking at you, no one ever aware of what you've done. And you leave the Luxor. Bobby and Dale, you guys have been left behind by Arizona as he tries to chase after the beast the demon who did this. But he knew you were here, Dale.
Yeah, you're fucked.
But you're able to get out of the Luxor for now.
Hey, it looks like somebody needs a new place to live.
And as you regroup on the streets, the four of you, mission accomplished. The show will not go on this night. Bobby, you get a text message from an unknown number that just says, "Was that you?"
I text back, of course.
You get a response.
I knew it. It was Ryan, Arizona all along. Got your ass.
I got you. You're going straight to prison.
Knew it. You were the beast.
I knew you were the beast.
Oh no.
You get a response that says, "Well done, my boy." An address gets sent to you, and it says, "Meet me here on the next episode of Escape the Dungeon." Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Knittle. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.